All right, today we're diving into something called echo verse. Now, this is a poetic form that's so tricky, so rare that most writers just don't even try it. We're going to see how it can be used to tell a timeless story in a way that's, well, it's just incredibly powerful.
So, think about this for a second. How do you tell a story about someone who has literally lost their voice? How do you give a voice to the voiceless? It's a huge creative challenge, right? And it's right at the heart of the myth of echo. Today, we're going to look at one poem that just nails the solution.
Okay, so here's the quick and dirty on the myth. You've got this nymph, Echo, who is a huge talker, but she made the mistake of tricking the goddess Hera, and, well, Hera didn't like that, so she cursed her. From that day forward, Echo couldn't speak her own thoughts. She could only repeat the last few words she heard from someone else. I mean, what a tragic fate, right?
Okay, so keep that curse in your head. We're about to experience the poem Echo and Narcissus by LindaAnn LoSchiavo. I'm just going to read it straight through. Don't worry about analyzing it just yet. Just let the words wash over you and listen. Listen for how Echo's story is literally trapped inside the sounds of the poem.
Poor Echo, punished for a small offense. Hence, the goddess Hera, as Ovid writes, spite her, robbed Echo of speech, impeding greetings except repeating words she'd heard.
Absurd. This predicament she was in when Echo spied Narcissus out hunting, resulting in love at first sight. But he disagreed, behaving cruelly, the cad. Bad behavior invites a god's revenge.
When Nemesis heard of Echo's heartbreak, jerk, she thought, while luring him to a pool. Fool that he was, Narcissus fell in love. Hereof the word narcissistic was coined. Okay, so you've heard the poem, but the story is only half of it. The way it's told, that's where the real magic happens. So let's peel back the layers and take a look at the poem's hidden structure. This is the cool part. So what we're looking at here is called echo verse. And let me tell you, this is a super strict, incredibly difficult form to write in. The poet has to build every single line so that its ending contains the seed for the next line's beginning. It's like a linguistic puzzle that takes some serious precision.
Let's take a look at the very first one, right at the top. The first line ends with the word offense. See it? And the next line kicks off with hence. Offense, hence. You hear that? The sound is literally echoing, just carrying right over from one line to the next.
Okay, now this is where it gets really, really cool. Seeing all the echoes laid out like this, you realize it's not just one clever little trick. The entire poem is built on this. Rights become spite. You can just feel that little injection of malice. Heard turns into absurd, which perfectly captures her whole situation. But my personal favorite, the raw pain of heartbreak getting boiled down to that one single sharp word from the goddess Nemesis, jerk. See, each echo doesn't just link the lines, it actually pushes the story forward. And this is why it's so brilliant. This is way more than just a clever word game. This specific, difficult form, it's the absolute perfect choice for telling this specific story. So here's the big takeaway. The form is the story. I mean, think about it. The poetic echo is a perfect mirror of Echo's actual curse. Her voice in the poem is literally constructed from the broken pieces of words that came right before it. We don't just get told she's heartbroken and can't speak for herself. We actually feel her fractured voice in the structure of the poem itself. It pulls us, the reader, right into her predicament. The medium is absolutely the message here.
And this brings us to a bigger idea about art, you know? It shows the incredible power you can find when you work inside really tight constraints.
I mean, just think about how much is packed in here. The whole myth, the curse, the unrequited love, the cruel rejection, the divine revenge, all of it is captured in just 13 lines.
That's it. 13 lines, which, if you count them up, is only 87 words, all while following the super difficult rules of echo verse perfectly. It's just amazing proof that sometimes having strict rules doesn't stifle creativity at all. In fact, it forces it to be sharper, more powerful, and way more inventive. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? We have this idea that great art needs total freedom, you know, a completely blank canvas. But what if the best, most memorable art isn't about having no rules at all? What if it's about mastering them, about finding creativity inside the limits of a beautiful puzzle?